Each and every one of us are different, each in a paradox of our own. We are scary human beings filled with flesh and viable to the bone. Once the umbilical cord has been cut, amnesty shall not be granted. Understanding life and people is not a one-day course, it is a punishable dream. I like the feel of a rock. It's concrete, it's real, and it does not scrutinize with your intelligence. An approach to something without sense animates the mind and renders it both good and evil. A breath of air gives much certainty that a person acts independently of all others, and no one else is responsible past a child's fruitful upbringing. We all need guidance to help us recognize the boundaries that separate us from one another. The posture of a person is an inevitable direction towards prosperity or poverty. It does not profit a man to meal around in groups any longer, or to be led by the hand submissively or maimed. Fools do exhausting work, and they seldom inhale one breath of wisdom for compensation. We know what we're made of. We know our limits. Some things are uncontrollable, and then we have to compensate. And I should gather no flower for my own funeral. Every so often, a pissed off ant is born. No matter how much you feed him breast milk, he's never happy. You give him the best of everything you got, and he still arrives to school each day with his shoelaces untied, pants falling down, and his hair always looks nappy. Every parent receives a report card. I always receive an alarming report with glaring red letters stamped. Both you and your 8-year-old child must appear in court. In court, I find myself looking up trying to explain, Your Honor, he's not really a bad child. Maybe just a little wild child, but very hard to restrain. His mom said put him in foster care, boarding school, or just take his little bad ass over grandma's house and just leave him there. Penitentiary years later, that same little pissed off ant is walking around singing We Are the World by Michael Jackson and telling everyone how he's found Jesus. But when he finds out that both his parents had relocated, he could not have been more devastated. As this big old world revolves, I often find myself caught up in the middle. Where is my place in this world of people who lean over forward, bend backwards, looking for a better tomorrow? I remember I was able to touch the stars once, but to wake and find I was only hanging from the grass I once stood on. I stayed there a while, thinking about my friends in this situation would never give in and would say, not him. As this big old world revolves, there are still persons who cannot solve the simple problem of whether to live or die, quit or try. But for those persons, I only have one thing to say, that the word living is equal to chance and it's worth taking.